Edward II, the king who fell in silence. This story is not a myth, it's a real history. If these quiet kingdom stories help you relax, consider liking this video and subscribing, so you don't miss future bedtime stories. Now, just listen. It was winter in England. Not a sudden winter, but a long one. The kind that settles in and refuses to leave. Cold lived inside the stone walls. It climbed into buildings. It waited in corners. Even before night fell, the air felt heavy. Breath turned pale the moment it left the mouth. Hands disappeared into sleeves. Movement slowed. Winter decided the rhythm of life. Most people owned very little. A wool cloak, worn thin at the edges. Boots repaired again and again. A belt holding everything together. Clothes rustled softly when people walked. Fabric against fabric. Quiet, tired sound. Food was simple. Bread that broke hard in the hands. Stew that warmed slowly. People ate close to the fire. They leaned in. They saved heat. Every piece of wood mattered. When logs cracked in the fire, people listened. That sound meant warmth. That sound meant survival. By the nightfall, the streets emptied. Not from fear, from cold. Torches burned low. Their light struggled against wind. Guards walked the walls slowly. Boots heavy on a stone. Each step echoing softly into the dark. The city breathed quietly, as if it did not want to disturb the night. Inside the castle, fires burned constantly. Still, warmth was uneven. Close to the hearth, it was comforting. A few steps away, the cold returned. Tapestries covered stone walls, not for beauty, for protection. Servants moved quietly through long corridors. Their cloaks whispered as they passed. Metal buckles tapped softly. Nothing rushed. Winter allowed no haste. Edward II sat near the fire longer than most kings. He noticed things others ignored. The sound of burning wood, the way shadows moved on the walls, the silence between moments. He had been king since 1307. He inherited a stable crown, a disciplined kingdom, but he was different from his father. Edward valued closeness, affection, presence. He believed loyalty came from warmth, not distance. The royal court appeared lively. Feasts echoed through halls. Music played late into the night. But behind the noise, there was stillness. Whispers traveled faster than footsteps. Eyes watched quietly. Edward trusted easily. He surrounded himself with those he felt close to. Not all of them were prepared for power. One man stood closest, Piers Gaveston, charming, confident, unafraid. Edward gave him land, titles, influence, things others waited years to earn. Resentment grew slowly, not with anger, with patience. Meetings were held, letters written, voices stayed calm, silence thickened. Eventually, Gaveston was exiled. Edward felt the absence immediately. The castle felt colder. But Gaveston returned, and soon after, he was taken, captured, executed. Edward did not respond with force. He withdrew, and that retreat changed everything. The Queen, Isabella of France, watched quietly, young, observant. She learned something important. Power does not shout, it waits. When she left England, she returned changed. She did not return alone. Edward did not resist. There was no great battle, no burning cities. He was removed. The crown changed hands. The kingdom accepted it. Bells rang. People worked. Life continued. Edward was imprisoned, moved quietly from place to place. No announcements, no farewell, and then nothing. How he died remains uncertain. History whispers. Most kingdoms do not fall in fire, they fall in silence. And now, this story rests with you. You may sleep. The crown is already gone.